Thank you, Chair. Minister, this is something that you've inherited, so it's before your time, but it's in the remit of this whole House to rectify a wrongdoing. We have people that were put into institutions, and people were free labour in terrible conditions, and their family taken away from them and dispersed with no records, or if there was records, they've been hidden. I've met many survivors of the mother and baby homes, and two spring to mind to me. I have a very good friend of mine, and recently his daughter got planning permission, and he was so happy that his family were around him that they didn't have to move away. It took 2 years for her to get the planning permission, to go through all the loops, but all he wanted to do was make sure his family were close. The same man, John, learned throughout his life, up until a couple of years ago, his sister was living within 10 miles of him and he didn't know it. He passed her in the street and he didn't know it was his sister. I have another woman, Mary, and shortly after this was, that there was going to be a redress scheme, I called to her with a box of chocolates and a bouquet of flowers, just to say to her that there is somebody listening to you, and just to give her something, to give her an uplift. And she looked at me and she says, "What's this for?" And she didn't want to show emotion. And she's always asked me to know, why can't I show emotion? It was from the mother and baby homes. She got married, she had children, but she's always had a problem throughout her life of interacting with people, and she was wondering what was wrong. So it's one thing that we've had people that have been in the mother and baby homes have come out of it, but they're scarred. The resources that have to be given to them to help them from a mental point of view, from a family point of view, a work ethic point of view, a housing point of view, every step should be done to make sure that they're not suffering anymore. Every piece of paperwork while they're trying to track their children should not be, any obstacles should not be put in the way. As a family person myself, and my father of 4 children, I couldn't bear to see if I didn't know where one of them were. So I can't bear to see any person that has gone through this, the anguish and the scars that has left on them. So if this House and across the board should do everything in our power collectively to make sure there isn't one person left behind. I spoke to a lady there recently, and she was a survivor as well of the mother and baby. Are they waiting for us to die before they'll give us what they promised? Previous governments have promised for decades different things around this country, such as infrastructure and other things, and have never delivered. If they have to deliver for one thing for these people, they cannot make this another one of false promises. Get rid of the red tape. Just look after the people, make them enjoy the years that they have, and let them leave something to the family that they have around them now, and the family that they don't even notice there. Let them connect. Can anyone in this House say that if they had a loved one and they couldn't contact them, or they didn't know where they were, and it was their last wish that they want to meet their family, can you imagine that anguish for a person that is dying or is ill? Can you imagine it? So I'm asking this government, and I'm asking the whole House, and I'll support everything that will help anybody to make sure they get closure, but they also need to make sure there's no more obstacles put in their way. And if you look at the 2 referendums that was there recently, where 70% of the population voted no, when they want to remove mother and woman from the home. Can you imagine it? To remove that from the Constitution, that they want to remove it. There's nobody here would be here without the mothers. There's nobody here would be here today without a woman. So we need to acknowledge the people that were in these mother and baby homes. We need to make sure they're protected, for the future. And also their families are also helped in any way possible to let them know how this happened in the first place. And all the entitlements that they should be given for the years that they were in the mother and baby homes, whether it's people from the pension point of view or the labour that they gave free, they should also be reimbursed for what they have done. If you work in this country, today you pay your taxes and then you can get reimbursed in case where you don't make it. We have to reimburse these people. They were provided a service themselves, even in the conditions that they were living in, they provide the service. Now they need to be paid for what they've done, and we need to recognise them and protect them and give them every legal format going forward to help them get closure. Thank you.